Hello everyone, welcome back. We're playing against someone named FM BaconButty. BaconButty. Did I play E4 or ED against BaconButty? Butty. Egbert or Eddie, the E-pawn. What do you want? Would you like to exchange yourself? Yes, I do. Please exchange me. Okay, so as he requested, I had to exchange him for Dave. The reverse Dave. And I believe now this position is relatively sharp. I'm not sure how to really play it, but I think castle short is making sense. He can't really take here yet. Or can he? Oh, he can, because d8 is hanging. Okay. We'll see how it turns out. Anyway, c6 or knight c6 are my next moves if he doesn't take. Yeah, now I missed the pawn, but I should have some good compensation. If I take with the bish, he takes with his bishop, knight d5, bishop e7. I prefer taking on d5 immediately with the knight, and then queen e7. And maybe now I have something. Okay, so rook d8 is a logical move. Then I guess he wants queen e5 or queen e3, something like that. How can I exploit it? I can't. Let's try knight c6, just developing my pieces. At least I'll have the open b file. I have a feeling my position is worse, but I might have rook d8 also, intermediate move, which I kind of like. Oh, suddenly it's very interesting. Okay, let's take immediately. Knight f3, rook a b8. Try to double on the b file. Bishop takes a2 also comes to mind sometimes. Okay, let's try to attack. Rook b4, a4. Can even go a4 straight away. I wonder why I didn't move the rook f to b8. Would have been a bit more aggressive to have this rook over here. Okay, a4 seems logical, but he has knight c6 as a threat, so I wouldn't recommend it. Queen a3 check. I like it anyway. Queen a3 check was my point, and now a takes b3. Oh, but he has queen b2, forcing the queen exchange. This is a pity. So much material down. Such a pity. Such a pity. BaconButty is annoying me. I really don't want to exchange, but giving up an exchange is also not very nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try to play with what we have. What an awful game so far. I think he missed the tactic though. Can take on b3 twice. I also had a3, which was very interesting looking. He wants rook d8 check. Wow. Doesn't go my way. I don't see any follow-up. I guess I could set a trap. Not a very good one, but definitely... No, I can't even do that. What to do? Let's go here. This is a trap. But not even, because he has rook d2 at the end. My idea is that if rook d8 check, I want to take, and if it takes after rook king h7, I have at the end queen g5 check. I'm assuming he mouse slipped because this looks awful. But what can I do? Okay, I'll just take it. Actually, there's a nice idea here. I'm playing king h7. Very creative idea. B takes a2 is my threat, and yeah, my opponent is writing in the chat that his iPad messed up, and it's a mouse slip. But I've had a gentleman's agreement in one of the previous videos where I allowed them to take back. But in this case, I'm quite convinced I will lose if I allow a take back. That's one of the moral questions for generations to come. Well, in a tournament I would never give a take back in such a case, but since there's nothing really on the line, it might be possible. But I'll let myself off the hook a little bit because he didn't even ask for a take back, so it's not an excuse, but I'm not intending to offer it, and it's a bit already too many moves afterwards. So had he asked for a take back, I might have accepted it. Okay, but now rook a3 looks nice, and then rook a1 is a threat. What does he want? Queen e4 check, g6, queen takes e6, I have rook a1 followed by rook queen a3 mate. I wonder if it's already winning for me. He's exchanging a pawn up, but I have an attack and his rook is hanging. Let's remind to myself and the viewers that I have 40 seconds, and yeah, take that into account in playing my next few moves. Oh, I had queen e1? No, rook d1 back. Okay, king b2 is the only move. I don't know why he's thinking. Let's calculate in the meantime. How can I mate him? It's not easy. Not so easy. Queen a2, queen a3. Looks logical. Queen c1, and then queen e1, and then here's rook d2, so not queen e1, rook a3, king b4. Wow, it's not easy to mate. So queen e1, rook d2.
White forfeits due to disconnection.
Disconnected. But this is an interesting, intriguing final position. I won the game. So if king b2, I was calculating maybe queen a2,
check,
king c3, queen a3.
check.
Yeah, I wanted to go like this,
check.
and then here I wasn't sure how to proceed, but I guess taking on d7 would make sense in some order.
Check.
Maybe no, but
challenge.
if I start with this move, it won't work. So maybe taking immediately. I'm really not sure how to mate him, but it looks good for me. Only one pawn less, and his king is running around in the center. Okay, I'll try to think for a few seconds to see if I have a mate without the computer. Okay, so
check,
this is all very logical. Check looks good, check looks good, but yeah, here is where I'm a little bit stuck. Maybe rook b1 is a nice move, but then queen e4 check. Rook a2? Actually rook a2 looks good. Let's try.
check, 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 check,
Rook a2 here. Threatening some queen takes c2 related ideas, and
check,
if this, then now I don't think it should work for him. I think I can afford to play like this,
check,
and now it feels like I should be winning. So complicated. Okay, maybe normally there's a nice saying that my coach taught me when I was younger, that if you see a lot of complications when you think you should be winning and you can't find the win, then go back to the first move and then try to think. So if it was a classical game, I wouldn't rush so much. So when you go back to the first move and then you search for alternative. So rook a1 looks good, and if king b2, then I have something maybe. I guess I could also start from rook a4 here, and I can also try to give a check and then rook a4, which are two interesting ideas I didn't mention. This is nice. Both of them look like I'm gaining something. So rook a4 immediately, and the queen doesn't have many good squares. And suddenly rook a1 check on the next move becomes more powerful. Another nice idea that comes to mind is check followed by rook a2 check.
check,
And but he can go king b1, so it doesn't work. Alright, so now I think so my money is on rook a4 as the winning move. So let's have a quick look with the computer. Oh, and I just disconnected. Okay,
welcome to the Internet Chess Club.
trying to reconnect real quick. And so we got into this position. My money is on rook a4 as mentioned. Rook a1 check immediately. -4. Okay, if rook a4, it's only this much, because after queen c3 you can go king d2 next. So I guess it was better to go rook a1 immediately. But to demonstrate it, I'll have to press a few buttons here.
Check.
Alright, so this position, rook d3, rook a1,
check,
and I'm assuming now rook a4. No, here he has rook t5, quite a nice intermediate move to save himself. Okay, so the fourth line is the best line as well, but here the key move is rook a2 as I mentioned, but it's definitely not easy to calculate, because even now, after this queen e4 check, g6, queen takes c6, I have to find something forced, otherwise I will risk losing, especially with my time situation having less than 40 seconds. And I had 26 seconds in that position, as far as I can tell. And yeah, queen b2. If I go queen takes c2, it's a draw. If I go rook takes c2, white wins. Wow, this is the move I was aiming for, but king b4 and I'm losing. Wow. Okay, so queen b2 is the key move. And if king c4, rook a4,
Check.
queen b4, and queen b6
Check.
mate.
Check.
Like this.
Checkmate.
Very nice combination so far. And if king d2,
Check.
then I can
Check.
take king e1, and then the nice simplification. Wow, this is really
Check.
lovely. This, I take,
Check.
and now f takes e6. And the rook is no longer pinning my pawn on f7. So overall, he's forced to
Check.
go here, and then I have queen takes e2
Check.
followed by queen takes e6, and then winning. So the win was there. I'm assuming there are other wins as well, but it was far from easy. Let's have a quick look at the game. So yeah, up till this point I think I played quite okay. And here knight bd7 instead of castles was the right approach, because then my queen is not pinned. So I can afford in this case to take with the knight and take back with the knight and be a piece up. And in the game it was not possible, because now if I take with the, I took with the knight, and here if I take back with the knight, then queen takes d8. So here rook d8 as I wanted to play was probably the right move, but I had to foresee this queen d7 move. And then it should be equal after this interesting sequence. Oh, sorry. Queen h6 check. And he has no moves. e3 isn't possible. It is. Okay, never mind. So just an interesting position. Rook d8 was a nice move. Taking immediately was not the best. So knight c6 was interesting. Okay. And here bishop takes a2 was a unique attempt to complicate matters. But I decided to go for these ridiculous measures, and a4 was a blunder. Queen a3 check immediately and going back to c5, and then trying to grab to whatever is left from my position.
Check.
And yeah, here I made a practical call to sacrifice the exchange, hoping he might play something weird. And he found the best move, which I think is really like unnatural, to say the least. I mean, this position, look, he found rook d4 followed by rook hd1. Such an unnatural sequence. I would have played king b1 without thinking twice, getting away from the pin and just winning. But this rook d4 allowing me to take on b3 and possibly win material just to get this rook hd1. So there's one of two options. Either he is really talented, which is more what I like to believe in most cases, or the less convenient option is that he was using something to help him to find this rook d4 move, because this is really surprising. I mean, such a unique tactic that, I mean, sometimes I see people finding such moves and it's nice, and when they are not the best, when they play moves like this which are so unnatural and they are the best moves by far, then it raises a few question marks. But whenever there is such cases, I like to leave it to the admins. So please don't pollute the comments with any claims, and I will not claim anything. I'm just showing some how to call it, let's say raising some doubts, but don't accuse anyone of anything and leave it to the people in charge. And in a poetic way, if he did do something wrong, then this rook d7 move, mouse slip, might be some form of a poetic justice. So, and king h7 was a bit creative. Yeah. But this queen d4 blunder
Check.
is obviously a move that a human would make. So
Check.
either way, I'm quite I'm happy from how this game turned out. And once again, I'm refraining from saying anything negative about any one of my opponents, and I hope all of you will maintain this kind of sportsmanship in the future. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you learned something from this game, and if you want to learn some more, then keep watching the next videos.